Hey, it's Dave from DaBelly. It's NAMM 2020, and we're in the Tama booth. We're going to talk to John Palmer. We're going to talk about the Mahogany Star.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Doing great.
Nice to see you again. So right behind us here is this beautiful Star Mahogany drum set. So Star is our highest end series for Tama. They're handmade in Japan. We have in the market have had Bubinga, maple, walnut, and now here is mahogany. However, it's very limited for 2020. In the USA, there are 9 of these drum sets.
Wow.
Very, very limited. So they're super high-end. They are premium priced. It's a premium product. The exterior shell material that we're using is sapelli, which is in the mahogany family. It's a 6-ply mahogany shell, so different tonality. And it's big and rich and lovely, so it's fantastic.
With such a limited production, are they already spoken for?
Most of them.
A couple out there, people. Think about it.
Thanks.
All right, we're in front of the Star Bubinga set right now. Talk a little bit about this for us, John.
Yes, we mentioned the Star series, so this is the Bubinga shell, but available in maple as well. It's a 16-inch bass drum configuration, so we're downsizing, and because we know the market trends are that way, and there are drummers that are playing different styles of music that want to have a smaller kit for different expressions. So we want that in our Star series. We're bringing in a smaller kit. They sound killer, and it's out there for the taking.
All right, we're in front of the SLP Studio Maple. Talk about this drum set.
So Dave, our SLP series drum sets are based on our SLP series snare drums, which are very well received in the market. They all have a unique identity, unique shell material, unique build quality, different lugs, different hoops, different shells. So we took that concept and put it into drum sets, and they've been in the market for 3 years. It's our 3rd year. So this is our Studio Maple kit based off of the Studio Maple snare drum. So you have 100% maple shell. They do have sound focus rings, and then you see the wood hoops, which are very distinctive, which are endemic to our Studio Maple snare drums. We did a black hoop, a black wood hoop, and then the finish that you see here, it looks like a wrap, but it is actually a lacquer finish. It's the lacquer charcoal oyster. So reminiscent of drums that are certainly notable, but we did it in a lacquer concept, and I think we're the only ones doing that.
Yeah, I'm seeing that a similar finish, and some of the other drums behind us is expanding across your line. Is that the deal?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we continue to innovate with our painting techniques, and we just find let our painters create and evolve, and they're just coming up with amazing things.
So what kit do you think hits the mainstream? What's the best seller?
Well, the Walnut Birch series hits at a great price point, and those are the other kits that you said were lacquered. The Superstar kit that we'll get to, absolutely, and of course Imperial Star is always a perennial bestseller.
All right, we're in front of the Star Classic Walnut Birch. Talk about this drum kit. It's amazing, this color pattern.
Right, so yeah, the color pattern is striking. Neon, this one is the lime green. We also have an orange one of the Walnut Birch shells, which replaced our Bubinga Birch shells. Mid-tier pricing, but really a pro-level sounding kit. Die-cast hoops, excellent features, amazing sound, very punchy, great low end with a roar, and super articulate, clear with the birch.
Now, Tama's known for their sound, of course. Do you find it's a thicker shell, or how does that achieve?
Well, we actually kind of use a shell on the thinner side, and like our Star Classic Birch Bubinga, we enjoyed using hybrid shell materials, and we found that those have worked really well for us. So the Birch Bubinga have done really well, and this is the Walnut Birch, and we build the sound. We always go for sound, and we just constantly are tweaking different shell materials and thicknesses and bearing edges and different things to achieve the sound we want.
Beautiful work, beautiful work. Where are we at to next? So here we are at the Superstar Classic. Let's take a look at this. Another beautiful finish on this kit.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, so we're really doing a lot of great stuff with the finishes. This is the Superstar Classic drum set, 100% maple shells. So this is made in our China facility, but I think everybody needs to know that our factories are our own factories, and they're managed with our techniques and our building applications, and we make them in China so they can be price competitive. But the quality's outstanding. So maple shells, and then the exterior ply on this is lace bark pine finish. So you get a beautiful boutique finish at an incredibly fantastic price point.
A lot of manufacturers have the challenges of maintaining the quality of the kit, and I'm happy to hear that you guys are involved, even if it is a Chinese drum kit. Yeah.
Well, you know, look at the stuff you have in your pocket. That's really important. I mean, we trust our lives with this. It's made in China.
Yep.
So, you know, I think the the whole paradigm of having Chinese product, it just depends on how you manage the production.
Exactly. So which kit are we going to take a look at next?
All right, so let's look at our little Superstar, the Neo Mod kit, and we have shallow bass drums. It's a cool trend. Can we just walk over there? So this is Superstar Classic Neo Mod. We've had a smaller diameter bass drum in the past, and they're super shallow, which is great for a small stage, but they sound, again, they're maple shells, they're very punchy, and the bigger diameter, 22-inch diameter this year that we brought out instead of the 20, opens up the sound a little bit. So they sound really rich and full, they don't take up much room, and it's just a cool kit, and it looks great. This is with the gold Juco finish.
It's been a long time since I've seen a kick that narrow, yeah.
Yeah, right. So, but again, it's sonic differences and trends. The 18 by 22 inch bass drum has so long been a standard, and we're seeing it kind of shorten up. So we do a lot with 1622, and we thought, let's try really go into a 10-inch deep bass drum and see what happens, and it sounds incredible.
Beautiful. Where are we heading to next?
We're just going to roll right over to Imperial Star here, Dave. So I love keeping it going, and thanks. Okay, I'll just take over. Here we go. All right, so, hey, Dave, tell us about this kit.
Hey, this is a beautiful kit. It's a blue finish.
Yeah, exactly. So this is Midnight Blue in Imperial Star. It is a new finish for us. Of course, our Imperial Star drums, it's poplar shell, comes complete with the hardware, with vinyl HCS cymbals, which are great, and our new blue finish. So blue's always really popular in these price points. The consumer value is excellent. This is a 6-piece kit, and the consumer price in USA is $7.99.
Not bad.
Yeah.
What do the players do if they want to change up on hardware, any of the alterations? Yeah.
So you can add different hardware packages. Tama makes hardware kits. You can buy a full kit. You can buy a la carte. You can upgrade a throne a la carte or a pedal, or you can just do the whole thing at once.
Beautiful. All right, we're going to take a look at some of these snares you've got. Tell me about them.
So a couple of the new snares that we're focusing on this year, Dave, is in the SLP series. We have a spotted gum snare drum. Gum is sourced from Australia, and it's been used in boutique drum, snare drum making with really premium price points. So we found a great source for our spotted gum. We put it in the SLP line. We outfitted it with 3.0 millimeter hoops, and we have a sub 500 price point, so it sounds great. It's very dry, very articulate, and warm. And it's a thin spotted gum shell, but it's just a cool voice that most drummers don't have in their arsenal. So there's that one, and then the other SLP snare is this beautiful stainless steel 6.5 by 14. Stainless behaves and acts a little differently than a steel drum. So when people think steel, they're thinking kind of bright, maybe a little bit brittle. The stainless steel actually is a little more porous, and it opens up. It has a nice, it certainly cracks and bites, but it doesn't blow your head off with super high frequency that, it's just kind of a one-trick pony. So really cool stuff on the Tama SLP snare series.
It's beautiful to have these options. I mean, you have a full line of snares, and a drummer can go almost anywhere with them.
That's what we're here for. We're here to help drummers fulfill their musical quest, and Tama loves doing that. So, whatever style of music you play, we just want to give you tools to achieve your goals.
Thinking my lips is once on walls. Someone talking 'cause it's their forte.